What's going on, Army? This is your boy Martin, aka Level, here, back today with another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to react to a performance video by the boys of BTS for their newest single, Swim. If you haven't already, make sure to go check out ARIRANG. I have the link to the album in the description down below, but make sure to go download it, check it out on Spotify, Apple Music, on all platforms, and as well as go watch the original music video for Swim as well. Run up those streams, ladies and gentlemen. I did indeed react to both of them here on the channel. If you haven't seen those, make sure to go check that out, as well as the live performance on my Patreon, which will also be in the description down below. 100% free. Make sure to go check it out there too. But the boys put out a music video, or a performance music video, I guess you could say, for Swim, and it first was released on Apple Music and Spotify, but now it has officially been released on to YouTube. If you're loving the album and or BTS as much as I do me a big favor, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, as you're not going to want to miss an upload, especially with the new album, new content coming out. You're definitely not going to want to miss a thing, so make sure those notifications are turned on, as well as hitting that like button and commenting down below, as all these things help with the channel moving forward. And without any further ado, let's get into the video. Alrighty, boys, let's get into it. Right off the bat, bro. Good Lord.
Swim, swim, water falling off your skin. Swim, swim. I could spend a lifetime watching you swim, swim.
The transitions, good Lord.
This is how it all begins. Swim, swim. I just wanna dive, I just wanna dive. Map world, got away, I still wake up in this map world. Name me place that I can breathe.
Yeah, these transitions from member to member is absolutely crazy. They're looking fantastic.
So easy to make it so hard. Nights like these, I just wanna get lost. Right here with the moon and the stars. I ain't gotta think, but I think maybe I just swim, swim. Water falling off your skin. Swim, swim.
Hey!
I could spend a lifetime watching you swim, swim. This is how it all begins. Swim, swim. I just wanna dive, I just wanna dive.
First of all, before we move over to Yoongi's verse, which again is absolutely killer, I want to talk about this choreography really quickly. With the music video being called Swim, it is no coincidence that they show lots of moves and or just had good fluid movement, that it literally looks like water. Starting with the first part here, I think of a giant wave, especially when they come over the top with their left hand, which you see multiple times. But there are lots of movements in this choreography that display water. I mean, not only because of their movement in the bodies, trust me, they've always been smooth and move like liquid, like literally. Now, it's one thing to be smooth, but it's another thing to actually show that smoothness and or water-like feel, and or, as you can kind of see here, kind of like scanning the horizon as if you were like on a boat, on a voyage, and you're looking out to sea, or creating the waves with your arms, or just all these movements in general to really capture that swim or being on the water like feel. This first movement, over the top, and I'm no dance guru by any means, not a professional at all, but just these movements definitely pop out, and this is one of the reasons why I did the choreography for it. And again, I just want to show you guys my appreciation. I absolutely love your beautiful comments and positive comments and good feedback. Again, one of the reasons I chose it, not only because I love the song, oh, that's a given, but because of how smooth and fluid the movements are. What may seem simplistic compared to their other choreographies is actually simplistic at all. To me, it's phenomenal. It's really good. Again, coming over the top, first thing I think of is especially the boys wanting and or on the search and return to armies. We are looking out. We are on the sea, on the water. They are looking for armies in search again and wanting to return to reunite. We get this movement right over the top with the left. Same thing here, but this one more so feels like the water to me, especially at the end. Like I said, if this one definitely is similar to what we just had, as if we're looking out and in search for armies, the last movement at the very end that comes over the top definitely feels like a wave. Love this part right here too. The water falling off your skin, and they do this kind of roll with their bodies too from left to right. And while at the same time displaying that water kind of rolling off the skin, I also get the fluid movement again, like water in their bodies. But right here, these amazing body rolls that you see make me feel like I'm literally looking at waves in the ocean. Like, it's weird. But at the same time, this song is also it's very sweet. It's very soft. It's very smooth. And this choreography isn't aggressive. It definitely fits the style of the song. When I watch them perform as during the live stream and or see it now, you can feel that passion and or love and or smoothness and soft feeling through their bodies. It's absolutely crazy. Like, or at least to me it is. It's crazy. It may be simple for you guys, but who are better dancers than probably me, but for me, it's absolutely amazing. And good Lord. But that's enough talking. Let's get back into it.
Water so deep, water so deep. Take it off the ground, I ain't never getting cold feet. Yeah, you know me, yeah, you know me. Sitting on the shore, now I'm ready for the whole thing. I can feel the high waves coming. While you run away, you can run it. Sound on my tongue, she's stunning. You're the only place that I wanna be. Yeah, swim, swim. Water falling off your skin.
Good
Swim,
Lord.
swim.
Literally so smooth.
This is how it all begins. I just wanna dive, I just wanna dive. Splash, drift, make waves with my two friends. Splash, drift, I just wanna take it across the line. Under here, it'll chase the time. Baby, everything can be so sad. Through my face from the west. I just wanna die, I just wanna die. Swim, swim, water falling off your skin. Swim, swim, I could spend a lifetime watching you. Swim,
I can't get enough at looking at them through in this music video, bro.
Swim, swim, I just wanna dive, I just wanna dive.
No man on earth should be able to look this damn good and dance this goddamn smoothly. It should be illegal. While he's rapping, because my eyes were so fixated on Yoongi during the performance, now I get a better chance to look at it here where the choreography in the background. So while he's rapping and everything's taking place, I actually get to see the next choreography in the background. And again, I'm just as fascinated by it as I am the choreography that takes place during the chorus. I mean, they look absolutely amazing back here. Smooth movements, it looks solid. And again, capturing that kind of, at times to me, what feels like kind of a Black Swan type vibe. Kind of. I'm not saying it's directly like Black Swan, but a lot of these movements are filled with so much passion that I get in Black Swan. And don't get me wrong, that is something that happens in pretty much every single choreography that we see with BTS. There is so much passion, there's so much energy, and you can really feel their emotions through their bodies as they're dancing. But what's really interesting to me is what takes place right here. I think it's very interesting how J-Hope is in the center of this circle and they are revolving around him. And there are two things that definitely kind of come to my mind when I see this. This isn't for just any reason, at least I don't think. And first thing I kind of thought of was when you see the ARIRANG logo, the first out of the three dots, actually, or the three symbols, the first one to the left is a circle with a dot in the middle of it. And at first, I can't even lie, that's the first thing I truly thought of. Secondly, the only other thing I thought of was maybe like a clock, and he is in the middle of it. And this is time passing by him. However, I don't think that's the case either, because when I look at it, there would be going counterclockwise, which would mean that the clock would be going back in time, not necessarily forward, which I guess could be the case because he could be recalling back to a time when they were with Army and we were all together right before the military. And the third thing that I kind of thought of was during J-Hope's part here, while he is standing in the middle, the boys are represented as both the boys and Army, and they revolve around him. The boys and us as Army are the most important things in his life, and he wants to be in the middle of those things. I don't think either of these three things are the case. It's just, again, just some things that popped up into my head, but it is very curious about the way he's positioned directly in the center and them circling around him. Now, I may be looking too much into it, and it may just be a part of the choreography, and it looks beautiful, it looks stunning, it's a great addition to the choreography. and nothing more than that. However, I just like to always think that there's a purpose to everything, but it's definitely interesting, like how far they are rotating and the fact that they are walking around him while he stands directly in the center. Do you think I'm overthinking it? Do you have a different idea, or do you think it's just another good addition and good part to the choreography that they added? And I want to point out these beautiful structured boats in the background. First of all, for their overall look and patterns, absolutely stunning, but also because it directly ties into the meaning of the song, whereas the song is the reuniting between ARMY and BTS and the challenges that we face along the way. They remind us to literally not sink, to not drown in that water, and to keep swimming, or in this case, keep afloat. Whereas you saw in the music video, the girl didn't have to lift a finger. The boys sit here and say that they will be willing to swim to us. However, they would have rather in the music video have her in a comfortable boat sailing so that she isn't overworked, so that she doesn't have to put so much forth the effort in order for them to come back together. And again, it's a beautiful message sent by BTS. And in fact, in that music video, they are doing literally all the work of the boat, everything that is required to sail, just so she can have a smooth ride when they reunite back together. However, it's very interesting because even though they make this process easy for us in the music video and in real life with their music, especially while they're gone, their music was a lot of things that ARMYs had to rely on in their absence. However, this makes it just as difficult for us because even though we're going through an entirely different situation than they were in the military, all we have is being able to just literally think and or just sit here and wait patiently, which is another good reason why we have their music to rely on. We're suffering not the same because I think their situation was a lot more deeper than what ours was. However, it does suck for both parties. They miss ARMY just as much as we miss them. But when you think about that music video and them doing all the heavy lifting for her, literally all she could think was good and bad thoughts, missing the boys, obviously, and wanting to get to them sooner, but at the same time being able to imagine in that beautiful moment of we are literally this close to reuniting back together. And I think this is also why in the music video, during that certain part where she's obviously like dancing to what we can't hear, but what we assume is the music of BTS, eventually she collapses, she hits the floor and she starts to cry. And I think based off of what I was kind of talking about us as ARMYs having to kind of just rely on their music, be patient, and just kind of wait patiently in order for the boys to return, how that can be just as hard on us without all the physical labor and extra work that even the boys were having to do. I hope that kind of makes sense. I kind of went on a little bit of a rant there, but again, the boats in the background, just another sign that they don't want us to ever give up on them. They don't ever want us to stop swimming. They want us to remain afloat and keep charging through these waves or these challenges at whatever cost of what it means to make it back together. Because when we're back together, we're at our strongest. And when we're back together, we're at our happiest. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to go ahead and do it right there. Hope you guys enjoyed. Do me a big favor. Go ahead and hit that like button. Comment down below. Subscribe to the channel, as all these things help with the channel moving forward. And until next time, peace.